Just give me one moment. I got something for you. I promise you it belongs to you. I just want to make sure it's the right one. Yeah, I think I found it. This right here, okay? This is your reality check. And guess what? Non-refundable, and it's coming straight from the universe. Universe always has receipts. It always has the dirty laundry. You can't escape it. And at the end of the day, it is non-refundable. You have to take full accountability for what you put on the order, right? You asked for it, so here it is. I'm here to go through this with you today. And at the end of the day, it's another episode of The Truth is Deep. And in today's episode, what we're really going to be diving into is the real reason as to why it is that you are stuck. At the end of the day, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. If you're a vegan, we're getting straight into the lettuce and all of the veggies. What this episode is really about is why you're stuck. Is it because you're binge watching and you like to stay on the sidelines, watching all of the shows, watching everybody else achieve the things you said you were going to do last year, maybe today, maybe a week ago? This episode challenges fantasy versus taking action, comfort versus growth, and excuses versus taking accountability. That's why we got receipts. You want to be very careful and intentional about the ones you're going to be cashing in. So let's get straight into it. The problem is comfort feels good, but it's costing you the life you truly desire. You're so comfortable that you've convinced yourself that it's okay to sit on the sidelines, that it is too fucking difficult, that maybe it's too hard, maybe that you're not worth it, so you self-sabotage. And here's the illusion of comfort. And we need to address fantasy and success, because you fantasize about where it is that you want to be, but yet your actions do not match up. Make it make sense. And it's like you're building a shrine inside of your own imagination, inside of your own mind, and you're praying for the results. You're getting on your knees and you're begging and you're praying to whichever God that you praise, and you're saying, I want results without lifting a finger. This is how the mind plays tricks on us. Your brain is hard at work trying to prove these old belief systems and keep them in check. Reprogramming isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about becoming who you need to be in this particular moment. The world doesn't give a fuck about your excuses. You cannot make money off of excuses. Get to work and produce the results that you are seeking. It's a cause and effect. It's a simple universal law. It's simple, but we don't follow it, so we get punished for it. Stop waiting for the sign and become the sign. Let's talk about comfort zones as prisons and the cost of staying inside your comfort zone. You hear it all the time, but let's talk about the receipts. This is where your dreams will go to die, inside of your comfort zone. You got to do the work. You know you have to do the hard shit to get where you want to be, but you don't want to do the work. Your mind is there, but you're not taking action. Make it make sense for me. It's like you're inside a prison cell and you keep licking the wall daily, expecting honey, but all you're really getting is the same stale air and the same stale taste of regret. It's the reality check. So let me ask you, what is your comfort zone costing you in the long run? Where in the short run, you're getting a couple of dopamine hits and enjoyment out of your favorite shows, but what is it costing you in the long run? It's costing you opportunities, growth, time, and the life that you were meant to live, that God has called you to live. Every second you stay in your comfort, you're writing a check to your future self who has limited resources to work with. Avoidance of fear is a killer. Avoiding fear creates regret. It doesn't create peace. And breath work and mantras without action, that's wild. You see all these coaches sitting down talking about breath work. Get to fucking work. Get to fucking work. All that breath work and all that other fucking dumb shit is not gonna fucking get you to where you need to be. Stop hiding from your discomfort and get to work so you can transform. You can get used to being in discomfort, the sensation, and you can show your ego who is boss. This is what it's all about. So this is about social conditioning as well, right? Weakness and instant gratification. We have to start learning how to take courageous leaps in our life. So we've been conditioned to avoid pain at all costs. It's hardwired into our brains, it's hardwired into our primitive minds, right? And what is it that we go for? We go for the easiest thing, which is instant gratification in the form of distractions. But we've got it all backwards. Courage isn't about being fearless, it's about taking action, even when you're scared as hell. That is the true definition of courage, in my opinion. And that is the framework for taking on courage inside of your own daily life. It's on the receipt, and you can cash it in at any time. So you have to identify what scares you and what triggers you. Identify it immediately. Take the time to reflect on these things and take one small step by writing it down. It's about taking baby steps towards that discomfort and challenging it in little small ways, maybe in medium ways, and either big ways. It's your choice. You do whatever the hell you want. And it's also about building that momentum. Celebrate those small wins, write them down. Just as much as you write down the things that are wrong, you need to write down the things that are going right so you can have a balance, right? And let me tell you my own personal story, because I've been where you've been and I'm continuing to improve on myself. I'm not perfect. And I used to stay in codependent relationships and I never really stood up for myself. I used to be that nice guy. And the moment that I stepped out of my own comfort zone and started talking about my truth, laying down boundaries, doing hard things for myself, the confidence started to rise. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to take action. And why is it worth doing this? Because when you step outside of your own comfort zone, your life begins to transform. That is the alchemical transformation. That is the secret sauce. That is the Riz, as you guys like to call it. It's on the receipt. And it's all possible when you stop running from discomfort. Your life of freedom, your life of purpose, your life of adventure, the life that you've been desiring to live is all there, but it's on the other side of discomfort to do the things that you know you should be doing. Here's the check. What most people get wrong is they think that courage is risky. Putting themselves out there is risky. Posting is risky. What's the real risk is staying stuck where you're at, doing the same shit that you did last year and the 2 years before that, and holding the same beliefs that are holding you stuck and holding you captive. Your environment is very powerful and it can either drain you or energize you or elevate you to that next level. You got to make sure it isn't draining you. Identify your triggers and identify what it is that you're going to be doing the next time that that situation pops up. And there's going to be receipts, okay? The universe has receipts. Set the boundaries. Protect your mental and emotional state. Start reprogramming those old belief systems, identifying them. Hey, this is not really lining up to where I'm going. That doesn't work. We need to rewire that. We need to step into a deeper sense of who we need to be. We need to be clear in our values and in what we want and what we're going for and align to that. The final part of what I need to say is we need to choose the environments that fuel our growth and not the comfort. You see those David Goggins things and you're like, fuck, I can never do that. You don't have to be like David Goggins, but he gets the concept of being in discomfort and that makes him super confident and to go out there and conquer the day. It's in the receipts. Don't ask me, it's in the receipts. So here's a challenge that I have for you. Take out your own receipts, write down one thing that you're committing to taking action today. One thing that you're gonna, I don't care what it is, write something that you are committing to taking action to that has been hindering you for the longest time. Just take one step towards that. You don't have to believe me, just know it. Discomfort is the key. It's the gateway to your self-discovery, to releasing the tension stored in your mind, into your body, into your whole being. Don't let discomfort stop you. Let it excite you. Let it motivate you. Let it get you over that hump to be like, let me get my power back. Let me show where my power is, because that's going to be the transformation into the next version of yourself, right? And in closing, okay, here's your reality check. This is the check right here. Courage is not waiting for no man. It doesn't wait. And you should not wait to be courageous. Don't let the check bounce. Don't let the reality check reflect that you did not put your best foot forward. You did not take some steps today, right? And this is all about change. Start changing. We got receipts, right? So follow me for more bold insights and real talk about breaking your limitations and breaking your belief patterns and reprogramming your mind. And as always, my friends, stay fucking balanced.